And I think we're live. It is Tuesday, August 17th. The time is 1:50 p.m. and it's about 26 degrees Celsius, so it's a rather warm day right now. I'm here at the usual parking lot in Midtown. I see C204 and Megan and Darius and Daniel and some other people jumping into the chat. And there's a look at the machine I'll be taking out. That's my Rise Fixie. Hello, Jeanette and Kay. And Terratopia. There's another look at the interesting belt drive. That is not a chain. That is rubber, so this is an all-new experience to me. So what we'll be doing is just going north, I think, up to North York, maybe to the Finch hydro fields, and I might take that over to Bathurst. That seems to be a pretty good route, and then I'll head maybe south down Bathurst. And there I am. Since I got my haircut, this strap doesn't fit as well, but oh well. Alex welcomes me back to Toronto. Thank you, Alex. Chingy Kelly Diary says hi. Megan says hi. So I'm using my older software on this one. So I'm hoping that the lack of built-in stabilization is not an issue. So this one, again, a bit of a test stream. But I'm going to strap the phone in here and we'll get moving. I did just get back to Toronto yesterday, and this is my first time out recording anything since then. Okay, I cannot see any chats right now. Okay, let's see how this looks. Hopefully everything looks okay. The rat who plays Danganronpa. Johnny, I've been bouncing between you and Ken in the last week for live vids. Great to see you back live again. The Ottawa video was cool. Thank you very much for the $10. As my stream turns into a circle. What's that all about? Are we even still live right now? Did I just cut it off? Hopefully I didn't do something stupid. Luca with five pounds for some edibles during your next Jackbox game session. Thank you, Luca. And Bevy says sneaking on at work. Megan, happy birthday to you, Megan. And you know what? I can't get my stream to appear on my phone here. That's what I use to check the chat and monitor things while we're riding. So if I can't get that, we're not going to have a very good stream, are we? So let me just try to resolve this. I thought I had it up before we started. Let me just shut down YouTube. Make sure my internet is working. Let's see here. Ted K, $5. Thank you. Thank you, Ted K. Well, look at that. I have plenty of speed here. So why the heck was my YouTube not playing my own stream? Let's take a look. Play, damn you. There we go. Sorry for the delay, guys. I just got to get this up and running. Otherwise, I can't see the chats while we go. Guitars Deep says my bike is so cool. Thank you. Cool, but it's a bit rattly. There's some noises going on with it that I'm not too fond of. I've been trying to troubleshoot. I do have the other e-scooter coming in soon. All right, let's go for a spin around the parking lot. Just before I head out, we're gonna head up, I think, to the Finch hydro fields. I'm not wearing my cycle gloves either today. Okay, so it looks like I could move my camera over a little bit. Hopefully that puts it more in the center. Let me just tighten it up. All the things I should have done before the stream, eh? Instead I make you guys go through the setup with me. Let's see if that looks good. And it is sunny, so I can barely see the chats on the screen right now. Okay, I think that's okay. I'm just going to move the picture over just a little bit. The real man says, hi guys. What's up, the real man? All right, any more adjustments to the setup will be done on the fly. We are moving, although my chat is not moving. If you're there, say something, let me know. What's this all about? Come on, chat. There we go, I said hi into my own chat. Okay, so it was just frozen. Thanks for confirming. So we're going to turn north on Yonge here. Again, I'm not using my Streamlabs software, so the stabilization might be a little bit off. That's okay. I'm also not wearing my normal cycling gloves. I was going to go out and do a walking stream today, but it looks like there's going to be thunderstorms. So if I need to, whoa, this car, not very good turning, is it? So if I need to get the hell out of Dodge, I'll be able to do that. And it's north up Yonge. So I got back to Toronto yesterday. It was the longest train ride I've ever been on in my life. And I've taken the train end to end across entire countries before. We hit a snag around Oshawa. The via train just kind of stopped and sat there while they cleared the way due to construction. It took about like 30 or 40 minutes, and then they started making announcements about people that were going to be missing connections. Emily, $1.49. Thank you, Emily. Thank you very much. And then once we got to Oshawa Station, which was 1 minute after all the construction, we stopped again for 30 minutes, and the stupid via train just sat there. And then they ended up holding up a couple of different via trains for people that were making connections because they would have missed their train. It was just a big clusterfuck. But I would still take the via again. It was kind of a cool experience. Had some friendly people on there. So tomorrow I have a video that should be a walk through Parliament Hill in Ottawa. I went along Wellington Street and Confederation Boulevard and dipped down into the canal for a brief moment. Okay, it appears my chat is frozen again. I don't know why my chat keeps freezing. And there's the Alexander Muir Gardens on the right, and we are heading towards Lawrence Avenue. No, I am not pedaling. Keeping the thumb firmly pressed on the throttle. And the climb up to Shepherd is going to be kind of interesting on this thing. I'm looking forward to that. Not sure if I'll pedal or whatnot. Alex gets around TO. Never took Via before. You know, when you get off the Via station, or get off at the Via station in Ottawa, there's a huge line of cabs waiting for you. And they all obviously want your business. But what they don't advertise very well is right behind all the cabs is an LRT station. And that LRT accepts Presto. It costs $3.60 for a trip, and it takes you downtown in like 12 minutes. It'll take you right to Rideau Station, and Parliament Station, and Lyon Station, which is where probably 90% of the hotels people staying at are. Emily, again, $1.39. Thank you, Emily. I think that was the second one. I fell for it. I jumped into a cab. The guy said it would be $15. I didn't know. It would have been just as quick or quicker to tap my Presto, and I would have got to experience the LRT train. Instead, my first experience on the LRT is a video that I recorded. So it wasn't pre-scouted or anything. I'll get that video up later on, eventually at some point. One thing to note is the Via has Wi-Fi, but it is awful between Toronto and Ottawa. As soon as you leave the GTA, it basically slows down to dial-up speeds, if it even works at all. I had both my Rogers and Bell and Freedom phones there, so 3 of them. And there was barely any service for a big stretch. I couldn't do anything like stream YouTube. So on the way there, I just did comments on my YouTube channel and basic things like that on my laptop while I drank some incredibly overpriced Coors Lights. So we're in the Yonge and Lawrence village. I think Ken streamed through here about a week ago. I remember he came across some art on some of the side streets. That was a neat stream he did. I was going to come up here shortly after, but since he just did it, I decided against it. Michael says, I see Via Rail hasn't upgraded their Wi-Fi. Is that the Michael that I ran into in Majors Hill Park after the fireworks? I did not expect to run into anyone in Ottawa. That was kind of cool. Here comes a couple of 97 buses back to back. I wonder why they would be riding so close to one another. That one is the F to Davisville Station, and this one is the B, so that's going all the way to Queens Quay. So we're just through the Yonge Lawrence Village here. I'm on Yonge Street, but coming up here is Yonge Boulevard, and then there's going to be a big drop down past Hoggs Hollow. And then it's going to be a bit of a hair-raising ride up to North York. It's one of my least favorite bike rides to make, actually, just because the cars go really fast. Hello, Susan. You thought I was going to be in New York City. You know what? New York City is something I'm going to have to figure out tonight. I got an email last night from my hotel going to be able to have me as a guest. Apparently, the email just says, due to COVID, this hotel will be closed during your booking period. So, WTF, and I had up until yesterday to cancel, but they just emailed me that yesterday. So, I can only guess maybe they had an outbreak of their staff. I couldn't find any. It's a pretty major hotel in Midtown. I couldn't find anything online about it. Like nothing. So I'm going to call Aeroplan tonight, who I booked it through. They also have my flight. And I'll see what my options are. Hopefully I'll still go. I've got some other issues to work out with the New York trip, but that just kind of came as a surprise. I'm not going to give the name of the hotel just because some people know my name and they could call in and maybe try to change my reservation on me. I'll wait till after the fact before I do that. Every once in a while I get one of those emails saying someone has tried to log into my Instagram account. So, not that I don't trust people, but there's bad actors out there just looking to have some fun. Fortunately, I've never shared the Gmail address that I use for my YouTube accounts. But I'll let you guys know what the name of the hotel was once the cancellation has been finalized, but that really sucks. It throws a damper on my plans because I was really looking forward to staying there. I put a lot of work into researching that particular hotel too. And we are at York Mills. This is York Mills Station. Well, York Mills on the right and Wilson on the left. And if you take Wilson over, you know, I've never been on this part of Wilson. I'm kind of tempted to go that way, but Mikkel, hey Johnny, this is for a beer later. Hi chat, hope you had a great beginning of the week. Yes, I hope everyone had a great Sunday, which is, of course, the beginning of the week. I'm not one of those weirdo Monday people. Yuri PA Dude says the e-bike adventures are more fun than the walks. Well, I'm going to try to do both. I'm really looking forward to getting my other e-bike. As there's been some, this is a brand new model that this company has not released before, and there's some issues with it that I found are a bit annoying, and I don't think I can return it or anything, so I'm going to live with it and see if I can work them out. And at some point, I'll go over everything in a review that I'll put on my Johnny Stumbles channel. No, I'm not pedaling. We're just gingerly going up this hill on throttle. I should have plenty of battery to make this trip here. But since I am going to New York, or at least I think I am, I wanted to get a live stream in today. So tomorrow I can just focus on starting to crank videos out to cover my time while I'm away. Screw the throttle. Let's go to pedaling mode. I think going up hills, I can move a lot faster if I just pedal. So this is where Yonge Street kind of feels a bit like a highway. It's 3 lanes wide. Cars go flying through here at a high speed. They're coming on and off the Highway 401 just up ahead. I don't endorse riding on the sidewalk in the city at all, but if you were to pick a spot to do that, this would probably be the spot, given there's virtually no pedestrians here. And here I have cars crossing to the right to jump onto the highway. Hopefully none come over, and there's cars. Whoop. Chance to stop. All right. And I'm going to want to be on the left side of this lane coming up because my and just to the north of here is the Willowdale neighborhood. And immediately to the northeast is Avondale. I'm going to have to be careful here because I do not want to find myself merging onto the highway. Okay, this car behind me recognized the situation. Good driver, gave her a friendly nod. And those are the towers of Yonge and Sheppard up ahead. Here's a guy with a sign on the side of the road. Now we're dealing with trucks coming off the highway. I'm sure they're thrilled to be waiting for some guy on his bike with a camera strapped to his chest to roll by. Sorry, buddy, we all share the road. More cars merging. Start moving over to the right here. The right lane is a turning lane, so I'm going to stay put. My front brake doesn't quite smoothly apply itself. I did have the bike shop look this over because it's the first time I've ever put a bike together. A whole lot to do, but it was done correctly and there was no serious issues with it, just because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So here is Avondale Drive. This is Yonge and Sheppard. So when I get to the hydro fields, I'll take a pit stop for a few minutes and I'll take the phone out of the holder and we can kind of hang out for a bit. I feel naked without my trusty cycling gloves. I was already down the elevator when I realized I didn't have them. And I just said, screw it. Johnny, buy us Korean fried chicken and soju. You want some chimek? There's a place called The Fry up here that's quite good. I think there's a Hot Star Taiwanese fried chicken just up ahead as well. No shortage of good, delicious Asian eats in this area. So coming up from Ottawa, I have a walk along Parliament Hill. That'll be, I think, tomorrow's video. The first 2 minutes of that, the audio is terrible. And I think what happened was I used an iPhone to record my audio externally. And I didn't have it plugged into the stupid dongle all the way. So I I ended up having to use the audio from my camera, but if there's any wind at all, that is just utterly unusable. So unfortunately, the first 2 minutes of that are terrible, but after that, the audio is pretty good. And I had the same problem with my Rideau Center walk. So I'm gonna have to try to fix that. But I also have an LRT ride where I start at ride west for 4 stops. Then I ride east for 1 stop. Then I get out and walk a stop along Queen Street. And I think that's probably my favorite video from Ottawa. So that'll be coming up. And of course, a hotel walkthrough and review. I mentioned it earlier, but I stayed at a ridiculous 2-bedroom suite. I thought staying in a suite would be kind of cool. But little did I know I got upgraded into a 2-bedroom suite. And the main bedroom had 2 double beds in it. The other bedroom had 1 bed in it. And the living room had a pull-out couch. So it was kind of ridiculous. And it had a laundry room, 2 bathrooms with a tub and shower. What the hell do I need 2 bathrooms for? So if you want to see this ridiculous, gigantic hotel room, you can look for that coming up at some point in the next week or so. Did the 2-bedroom have a clear shower? No, and there was no isolator trouble either. There was none of that. So that was Empress. We just went by. Mel Lastman Square was just prior to that. I'm not being a very good fake tour guide on this particular ride. Sorry about that. And once again, the forecast is calling for thunderstorms, which is why I wanted to get out and do an afternoon live stream. And I have a feeling they might not come again. All the weathermen and weather ladies in the GTA have been bold-faced liars over the past few months. Yeah, Lisa, don't walk around here when it's hot. There's not too many places to go get some shade. You could take Beecroft, I guess, and find a park. Where's Perry? Channel member Where's Perry loves thunderstorms. So we're at Church Avenue. So what I've noticed is with this streaming software, I get less of the spinny circle whenever there's an interruption in coverage. So even though it doesn't have the built-in stabilization, it does seem to be a bit more stable from a coverage point of view. All right, I'm just gonna have to go take the lane here. And one thing I figured out just before I left to go, a new way to record nighttime bike rides. You'll notice I don't have any bike or scooter rides at night. And the reason for that is my action cameras, being the GoPro and Osmo Action, are terrible in low light. Like just complete rubbish. You can't use them at all. But I found a way to mount my Osmo or my DJI Pocket 2. So coming soon, night rides. So I'm very much looking forward to going out, and thanks to the e-bike, I'll be able to do some 2, 3, 4 a.m. night rides. What is Toronto really like well after dark? I think this will kind of be the ideal way to cruise the city at that hour versus walking around with a camera. And this is Finch Avenue. We are now north of Finch. And these buses are rolling out of the Finch Station bus terminal here. I'm gonna tiptoe my way around here. I don't want to hit anyone. And right here at Bishop, I don't really have a good way to jump into the left turning lane here. So I'm going to make a right and then a U-turn. Then we'll go along Hendon. So we're just going to go straight through this intersection here. And this will take us to the Finch hydro fields. And I think I'll take those over to Bathurst. Kelly Diary would like to know how often I am streaming. Typically 2 or 3 times a week. I also stream every Sunday night, Kelly, on my other channel, Johnny Stumbles. Every Sunday but the last one. And possibly the next one. That's a different kind of stream though. I just hang out in my apartment and chat it up with everyone. Hey, my old office building is on the left. And we are here at the Finch subway, passenger pickup and drop off, but we'll be taking this bicycle route here. I'm just gonna give my butt a rest for a second. Please stream this Sunday. You now have permission for you to show everyone your channel. Alex gets around Tio. We can take a look at that. Thank you, Kelly. Pangwasamnida, did I say that right? I think it was nice to meet you, so that means goodbye. So I think just Pangawa is nice to meet you. I don't know. My Korean is definitely slipping, but it's sure better than my French. Ottawa has a lot of French street names and that sort of thing, and I am the last person you want to try to correctly pronounce that or those. There's already a comment in one of my videos. Apparently I said Rideau instead of Rideau. And I somehow said Dalhousie wrong. So this park is located just to the west of Finch Station. This is quite a nice baseball field. It's got an electric scoreboard, a proper warning track. That's not something you always see. What looks to be a clay-based infield. It's a really nice field. Now the million-dollar question, will we have coverage in the hydro fields? As you hear my bike clang and rattle off of the bumps there. I forgot to catch the street name, but I think I can just make a right and then a left, and this will take me right onto the hydro fields. Oh, immediate right. Talbot Road. Next trail exit is Grant Brook Street. That's in 800 meters. All right, Kelly, have a good day. Marg H, $10. Happy Tuesday. Enjoy a cold one. Thank you, Marg H. As I wait for this ridiculous signal, as there's no cars here. There we go. Thanks again, Marg. Ali BHG, the new mod by accident, but welcome to the mod crew. And we are in the hydro fields. I did a bike ride 2 years ago where I took these all the way over to Jane and Finch. And because this is so wide open, I can keep my eye on the chat a little bit more. We're cruising at 29 kilometers per hour. No hands. Woo! So here's an often not seen part of the city. And I recall hearing from numerous sources it's not necessarily healthy to live so close to hydro lines like this. There's been studies done showing that life expectancy tends to be lower and things like cancer rates tend to be higher if you live very close to them. I don't want to freak anyone out if they do. I'm pretty sure I'm just not making this up. I'm pretty sure real estate agents don't want to be hearing me saying things like that. Colin moved to Toronto from Oakville 2 days ago. Congrats. Congrats. And welcome to Toronto. So I once again find myself at a light with no cars coming, being a good little boy waiting for it. Now legally I could just turn right here, make a U-turn once I'm far enough from the intersection, and then turn right again. And this is what I shall do, because I don't want to wait 20 hours for the light to change, nor do I want to just blatantly run a red. Omar Al, $5. Thank you, Omar Al. What is this? Let's test the, oh, I don't know if I don't really want to take these super skinny tires all the way over there, but with the other e-bike I'm going to be getting, this is going to be fun. I'll be able to go all over these fields. But you can see that big series of wooden planks on the left. What the hell is that all about? I'm going to turn the pedal assist way down and take things a bit more gingerly. Oh, here comes a guy on an e-scooter. What are all these wooden planks doing here? I don't know how well you guys can see that. They seem to be bolted in, and they're all connected to each other. Maybe that's for maintenance vehicles, to move over into those areas. Maybe they need to bring some cranes in to get up those towers. I've got no clue. So what street is coming up here? Don't tell me I'm at Bathurst already. I'm having too much fun on the hydro fields. I said I was going to turn south down Bathurst, but I could clearly keep moving for a bit more. Looks like the thunderstorms are holding off. What street is this? I don't see any street signs here. Oh, it is Bathurst. Okay, screw that. I'm going to keep going. We're just going to keep moving along. That's true, Ellie. And we have hit 300 viewers. Ooh, look at those skies. They just got a little bit nasty all of a sudden. Dan Maxmillan. Am I near that street? I wasn't planning. I was going to cover that street on another ride. So I'll probably come up here on either this bike or the other e-bike. That never even occurred to me when I set out to do this. Dan's a channel member, and he asked if I could cover a street that has some new bike lanes up in this area. And I said I'll get to it this summer or early fall. I almost scraped my pedal on the ground. Michelle Gray. Hello, Johnny and everyone. Can't stay. You're going to meet your daughter for lunch. Thanks for the wonderful stream as always. You will catch it later on. Thank you, Michelle Gray, very much for the $10. That is very much appreciated, Michelle. I'm gonna tinker with this camera angle at some point. Try to get it a little more optimal. I kind of forgot how expansive the hydro corridor is. And I think there's a trail that runs east as well of Finch that can be taken. There's also a big reservoir coming up. CJ Hoyle is here. I miss his, Hey Johnny, glad to see you're enjoying your new electric bike. You were just up riding the Finch Trail on the weekend. Awesome, CJ. Did you record a video of it, or were you just riding around for fun? I did a collaboration with CJ a week ago through the Toronto Islands. You can see videos on both of our channels. Thank you. Thank you. They both should have squeezed over to the right rather than the left, but the little one's still getting the hang of just being on two wheels. It's always good to see a dad and his kid. And this is kind of the perfect place to take your kid to ride their bike. Because it's just so wide away. There's a 0% chance that any harm would come from that. So good on that dad. And as I was saying, you can probably see a narrated tour of this on CJ's channel coming up. And then I'll watch it and take notes and make my own. Because why do all the homework when you can copy off of CJ? So check out his channel for more narrated bike rides. He does things on a very different style of bike. It's a linear recumbent bike, and he mounts the camera up at the front. It's really cool what he does. He also does kayaking and canoeing. He did a ride around Ontario place and around the islands. A ride, I don't know, a paddle? What do you call it? So there's a big reservoir coming up. And this corridor is going to lead me around it. And there's a gravel trail straight ahead. I don't think I want to take that, but look at this. Let's see if we can grab a view here. The spectacular sights of North York. Dan sees me from his window. Susan says I could take us to Bayview Village. Here's all the water on the right. I'm gonna hop off of the bike for a sec. Hallie BHG loves the open land. Hopefully I don't accidentally turn off the phone doing this. There's a nice view. Turn off the wide angle. It is Walking Girl. Maybe it is Novell. There's a scary sight. The dork riding around the city. So there's my bike. Now, one thing that was a design flaw was this cable wrap here was hanging so loose it was unwrap it and tie it into this cable up into about this point, and now I can still fully turn the wheel and it doesn't bang the wheel. Thank you, Frank. Frank has donated 199 euros. I know, with such a beautiful view, here we are looking at a bike. So I rewrapped this, and then this part here, if you listen, it makes kind of a metally rattle noise. I don't know if that's just a terrible choice of materials by the manufacturer, but I'm thinking I could maybe tape this down or put something in here to sort of gum it up and secure it in place. But sometimes when you hear me going over the bumps, you hear like that kind of metal rattle noise, and this is what it is. So it is a new model, but it's a little disappointing that they got some things wrong. Anyways, back to the beautiful view. Can I reach Finch? Yes, Finch will be just to the south of here. And I think that building there, Good Life, is that Dufferin and Finch, if I'm not mistaken? Susan says I have a cowlick. There's how I watch the stream when I'm riding. All right, we're gonna get moving in a minute. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get back. I think the path comes to a momentary end just up ahead. All right, I'm gonna try to clip this back in without accidentally turning off the phone here. I did this on a stream the other day at Broadview Park where I accidentally hit the power button on my phone and that blanked out the stream. Hopefully I don't do that. This lady is just going back and forth. Good for her, getting some exercise. Bit of an unconventional walking style there. And this guy's coming down to take some pictures up ahead. Ooh, he's got a pretty nice bike. So this part of the trail isn't the smoothest, and you can hear some of those cables at the front of the bike sort of rattling around a bit. I'd say it's not quite loud enough to ruin these rides, but I do use a pretty sensitive microphone. I just want to take a view over here. There's the other side of the reservoir, and it does tend to pick these things up. Wilmington is south of you and has a bike lane leading south. You know what, Dan? Maybe we could do that. Channel member Dan is suggesting a route, and it's one that he requested before. Let me take a look here. I'm going to turn off, go straight to the traffic light. There is Wilmington. Here, I'm just going to take a quick look at my maps here. Where am I? Oh, you are right. I'm going to go straight and then left. And there is Wilmington. So this is the street that Dan has requested that has a new bike lane. Since we're in the area, let's go check it out. My wheels got all kinds of gravel in them. And this is G. Ross Lord Park. And here comes Wilmington. Let's press this cross button here. So as per Dan, these are new bike lanes. I'm not lost, Bevy. I've just never been on this street before. So let's go explore something new. I don't know if I'll make it back up to the Finch Hydro Corridor on this particular ride, but that was fun. I can't wait to take the other e-bike through there, as I'll be able to jump onto the grass and some of those gravel trails and just rip through them like nothing. Dan can see me from his window. Can you hear me from your window? Hello! Oh God, there's a person across the street in the bus stop who just turned around and looked at me. Oh well. Here we go, Wilmington. Bye Dan, wherever you are. So apparently these bike lanes are new. If it feels like I'm going slow, that's because I'm not pedaling. We're just taking the throttle up here. And this is kind of what exploring the city on bike or by bike is most ideal ever with my camera. There's just a lot of streets like this in the city. Maybe live stream it, but I'm unlikely to come this way. But on a bike, especially an e-bike where I can be lazy, we can come check stuff out. There's a big school on the left. That is the Charles H. Best Elementary and Middle School. There's something new. Yeah, this road, unfortunately, is not the smoothest. Maybe that lack of stabilization on this software is going to be a factor a bit. That's one thing I couldn't help but notice in Ottawa. They have all these nice bike lanes, and they're all so smooth. There's people on e-scooters and regular bikes just flying all over them. I'm quite jealous of that. I imagine Ottawa, being a centerpiece city, probably has a bit more to put towards that kind of infrastructure than Toronto. Like, that poor skateboarder, their feet must be vibrating. But we'll stick to this new bike lane here. You can hear it trying to rattle my bike apart. To call this choppy would be an understatement, as you hear my voice rattle around. It's a nice area though. Here's another school on the right with a vintage Corvette in front of it. Tennis courts on the left, basketball courts with glass outdoor backboards. You don't see that too often. On the right, that's a Hebrew Academy. I didn't catch the full name. The Irving Chapley Community Center and Park is on the left. There's a big outdoor skating rink. All right, so the road's a little better now. I imagine anyone on a mountain bike or anything with the suspension would just roll through that like nothing. I think it jostled the camera around too a bit. It is kind of nice though. There's really not much in the way of stop signs or lights. It's very much one straight bumpy shot. We are heading south. I don't know where the street will come to an end actually. Oh. I've got my finger on the thumb throttle, and every time I hit one of these bumps, it like jars my thumb. I'm gonna need to see an orthopedic surgeon after this. All right, we're just gonna go to old-fashioned pedaling. And look at this, the bike lane is getting fed to the middle, and we're at Shepherd. All right. I'm not sure where Wilmington will take us, but we're gonna make a left here on Shepherd. Thanks for the tip, Dan. Sanjay says a plastic surgeon would look after my thumb. What's he gonna do, make it look good? Give it some Botox? I can't even see how long we've been streaming for, but it is 2:51. All right, welcome to Shepherd Avenue East. Don't forget the gloves next ride. How about I ride through Earl Bales Park and cross the 401 at Avenue Road? CJ Hoyle with a suggestion. I think I can make a right at Bathurst and then an immediate left to get into the park. What are these two cars doing? What are you doing? All right, CJ, I'm not entirely sure the way through Earl Bales Park by bicycle. But I could hop out and try to get a look in maps just to see where the trail leads us. Oh, I was complaining about Wilmington, yet Shepherd East is no smooth surface either. Oh, did I just... Why is my left arm showing so much in the... I'll try to fix that next chance I stop. Looks like my camera is all angled not in a good manner. I blame these bumps. Jeez. So I live streamed down or along Shepherd East not too long ago. You know, I'm gonna fix my camera angle here. I'm gonna take advantage of this vehicle. Hopefully that's better. I'll find out in a minute. If it's not better, oh well. I should do a series on the best and worst roads to cycle on in the city from just a smoothness point of view. There was a time when Dufferin would easily have been the worst, but I think it's probably Eglinton East now. So here is Bathurst Street, so I think I could enter Earl Bales Park just over to the right of here. I'm not entirely sure. So it's south on Bathurst, more choppy roads. Well, it looks like I'm probably not going to need to consult a map. I could just stick to this trail here. So this idea is courtesy of CJ Hoyle. We have arrived in the park. Here's where having the off-road capabilities of the other bike would come in handy. There's a ski hill here. There's a little amphitheater area. It's kind of a neat park. I don't know where the trail through it would go by bike. Looks like this is leading me to the playground. CJ's probably yelling at me, telling me which way to go. Let's see if we can find a trail in this parking lot. I'm feeling stubborn and not like looking this up right now. The Sarah and Morris Feldman Sensory Garden. Here's a community center straight ahead, the Earl Bales Community Center. Thank you, Sanjay. He said my e-bike videos are the best but dangerous. All right, we are well into the park now. Here's a trail on the left. Let's see where this takes us. No entry, authorized vehicles and maintenance vehicles only. Do I want to go through the left here? Look at this fork in the road. Which way do I want to go? Where's CJ Hoyle? Which way do I want to go? So I think I want to go left. Am I seeing this right? I think this is going to loop us around the amphitheater to the right. I don't know. Everyone's saying to the left, through the woods. As you can tell, I'm not a regular. I had no plans on coming this way. Hopefully, whoa, my phone was off. Hopefully we don't lose coverage coming through here. Oh no, my phone auto-rotated itself. CJ is trying to direct me. Okay, we went left. We are in the woods. This does not look like a trail, guys. Who told me to go left? Was that a joke? Who told me to go left? Left there. There was nowhere left. Are we just riding around Earl Bales Park? The path is behind the community center. Well, we found the ski hill. I always wanted to see where this was. So this was not for naught. Look at that view. Let's go get a look down the ski hill. Here's where if I had the other bike, I would take it down the hill. I am very tempted to just go down this. I wonder if I could go down this hill and then take that path at the bottom there. Is that where I want to go? Matthew McKay says that's not a very big ski hill. Well, you haven't seen Centennial yet. I'm going to relaunch my stream here. I fell way behind. Come on, get back. CJ Hoyle says yes down the hill. Can I go down? Is that where I want to go? To the bottom of the hill? If that's where I want to go, I will take my skinny. Oh, but that looks like it's not a paved trail at the bottom of the hill. Yeah, we're not going to go down that. Not on this bike. We're just getting lost here with 360 people watching. We'll save that for the next bike, but I promise you I will come here and do that. That looks pretty fun. But I think I know the actual trail now. As you can hear, this thing is not meant for any type of off-roading. Ali says walk down the hill. Well, even if I get to the bottom of the hill, it looks like, according to Google Maps, there was a dotted line on the trail. That generally means it's not paved. So that would not be the appropriate surface for these wheels. And CJ said the path was behind the community center. So that is where we shall go. That was neat, checking out the ski hill. Here's the community center. Please don't tell me I just went the wrong way again. We're going behind the community center. Ah, I see it. This is Watch Me Get Lost. All right, I think I found your stinking trail. while this looks like a lot of fun. I have never been down here before, so I do not want to start ripping through here at a high speed and find myself flying over my handlebars. So we're just gonna grind. Okay, coast is clear. Now we're bombing. 42. Per hour right there. In the middle of where I wanted to go, is it? Let's see if this train. Holds up. You guys leave me down here. We've been having some connection issues, which is to be expected. Well, this is nice. I don't know where the hell we are. Of a signal. Thanks for. I just thought being around me would have. I was right. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? You gotta try it sometime. My connection resolves itself. I want to go this way. That would be. Where? I'll have to come regular video. Live streams where I keep losing connection. Climb though, so this must be taking a bit out of And my bike is making weird. Okay, we have emerged out of Earl Bales Park somehow. Where am I? I have no idea. Westgate Crescent. That street has no exit. What is this here? Armor. This feels familiar. I turn left here. CJ said right on Armor. I went left on Armor. Uh-oh. Hot dogs. Armor hot dogs. What kind of kid eats Armor hot dogs? All right, CJ. I'm gonna hit a dead end. All right, so I want to go the other way on Armor. Armor sounded familiar. I think my whole setup got jostled around quite a bit there. Old commercial? Allie, have you not seen that episode of The Simpsons? Alright, so that was a hell of a ride. Here is Westgate. So this is where I turned out of Earl Bales Park. Although I don't know what's next. Armor Boulevard, Lionsgate. Where am I going, CJ? Where am I going? I don't even know where I am. I don't know where the hell I am. We'll figure this out. Thanks for putting up with me through those woods there. Okay, so I am here. And I'm coming up on Bathurst Street. Oh, I can take Bombay Avenue over to Avenue Road. I see the method to the madness. So where is Bombay Avenue? If not, we'll hit Bathurst Street going this way, I think. Where are we here? All right. Me lost again. Rathburn. Okay, I'm on Rayburn. What I want to do is go, okay. Big loud truck. We're trying to get back to a civilization. After I took a detour through a park I'm not that familiar with. Some nice homes though. This is a very well-heeled area, that's for sure. Newbury Lane. And this is York Duns Road, so clearly I have screwed up. It's all good. We're just gonna make a left on good old Bathurst here. I'm gonna have to pull my stream up. I can't see if I got any super chats. I apologize, I can't see any. I turned my stream off as I got lost there. Walking Girl says this neighborhood seems nice. So this is Bathurst. So this live stream is going on a little longer than I thought. And the sun is hanging out a little longer than I thought it would. This light doesn't seem to be changing. Let's go press the magic button. You're welcome, Joshua. As we are stuck at the world's longest light. Mang Jose. So we're in Little Manila, I believe. We are in the north end of Little Manila. And we're about to finally get our left turn. So I am not obviously all that familiar with all the side streets around here. Emily, thank you very much for the super chat. For getting lost, have a tea. Thank you. What I should have done was played it cool and been like, nah, I'll go down through Earl Bales Park another day after I have some idea where the hell I'm going. Oh, here's Rayburn and Laurel Crest. So I was going in the wrong direction on those side streets. I was just on Rayburn. So that is Highway 401 off to the south of here. And this is Bathurst Street. Very choppy Bathurst Street. it's quite bumpy indeed. So coming up is Wilson. I could either take Wilson over, or I could head down to Lawrence, or maybe even take Glencairn or something like that. This looks like some kind of landscaping rig right in front of me here. He's going slower than I am, or at least than I can. So here we are in the heart of Little Manila, Bathurst and Wilson. I'm turning left on Wilson. I have never ridden along Wilson before. Executive decision. Lefty at the lights. I've streamed down this part of Bathurst on a few different occasions on walking streams, and I've recorded a video down here, but what I haven't done is covered Wilson. That's not entirely true. I covered a bus ride on Wilson once from York Mill Station. So we're going to turn left here, and we're going to take Wilson back over. Alex says I briefly walked on Wilson in a video last year. Whoa! I couldn't see how fast that car was coming. I didn't know if they'd be able to make their left turn on time. And we are on Wilson, about to cross under the 401, and what a beautifully smooth road this is. Speed is 20. The throttle in a while. Thank you, Emily. I can't read any more than that. Well, thank you very much. So we're now south of the 401. This is probably not one of the more popular cycling streets in the city. When I get to Yonge, we're going to be greeted by one of the nastiest hills you can take on a bicycle in Toronto. I can circumvent it by turning off right ahead of time. There's no fun or glory in that. Hey, look, a cement mixer. I'm not sure how my iPhone is doing for battery either. Hopefully it's hanging in there. If it just goes kaput, that'll be the end of the stream. I did, Susan, but I wanted to test it on a video for my other channel. I guess we could pre-test it. This should be Avenue Road coming up. And it looks like this cement mixer is turning right. So this is where CJ originally wanted me to find my way over to. Oops. So if you haven't guessed it right now, I am heading back to the Yonge and Eglinton neighborhood. Riding east on Wilson. Are these cars allowed to be parked here? Seems like a dumb spot to be. Right around the corner from a major intersection. Such an obvious choke point. And here is Belgrave Avenue. So from here, I think we're going to start nosediving down to Yonge, as that's where the west branch of the Humber River goes through. And we'll then have to climb out of the valley. And I definitely miss wearing my gloves. My hands are sliding all over these grips now. So here is Yonge Boulevard. I could take this and skip out on the whole hill that's coming up. But nah. There's a guy pedaling up the sidewalk. "43 kilometers per hour, 46, 47, 50, holy shit, we're going 54. I'm gonna ease up a little bit, as my hands don't exactly have the best grip. Down to 42. And here we are at Yonge and Wilson. Straight ahead is York Mills. I'm gonna wait for a break in the traffic to turn right here. And then we can begin our annoyingly large hill climb. I definitely gotta not forget my cycling gloves next time. The palms of my hands are just kind of sliding all over these handles, or these grips. So we came in the other direction probably over an hour ago. I can't really remember. So here's one of the most feared and dreaded hills, at least according to me. Now, do I just sit on the throttle and slowly go up, or do I pedal my way up? Let's give the throttle a try. I've always wanted to just make it up this hill with no effort. We're going 24. I imagine I'll be slowing down pretty soon. 19. Oh, it's starting to chug. Come on, you stupid e-bike. 16. Okay, I'm pedaling. That's too slow. Now we're 22. I'd rather pedal up it than slowly putt up it. It's only a 350 watt motor on this thing, but it is a lighter bike. So I think that's sort of the rationale with the weaker motor. It's not really needed. Get up the hill. Here's the part where I would normally be hating life on the old single speed, wishing I never even attempted it. And we're going up it like nothing. Here's Yonge Boulevard. I see a parked car up ahead. I'm gonna slow down behind it. I see a Super and I want a sip of water. Travis Clike, $3. Thank you, Travis. Thank you very much. As the e-bike, use my legs to get up that one. So now we're just backtracking where I started this ride off. I was going the other direction, heading north on Yonge. Now we're going south on Yonge, through Yonge and Lawrence. Look at this traffic. What the heck? That car did not have its signal on. I guess it's just gonna drive straight into this patio here. And you can see the towers of Yonge and Eglinton off in the distance. And here is Yonge and Lawrence. Emily says there's good people at Vibrant Healthcare. It's great to know. Speaking of good people, the staff at VIA were excellent. They were extremely friendly and patient. and they don't have an easy job. They were probably better than I've had on any domestic Canadian airline in terms of service. Now the train itself, that could be improved, as I talked about. Now the holdups were kind of ridiculous making our way back to Toronto from Ottawa, but the staff themselves, A+. And here is Chatsworth Drive. So the Chatsworth Ravine is just on the right. There's an old gas station on the right. So I'm just going to take us right back to where we kicked the stream off from. I'm going to go right to the exact same spot. Whoa! And that Audi and Subaru were having at it. As for some reason I'm relying on the throttle up the hill. Note to self, this is not a speed demon on the throttle uphill. Sorry for my left arm jumping into the picture. Let's move the camera over. Hopefully that fixes it. But now it looks all crooked. Oh well. That's the problem with the phone. I'm using an iPhone, but the camera lens is way off to the side. So when I mount it in the center of my chest and I use the wide angle lens, the lens is all the way to the left. So naturally it picks up more on my left arm. So to counter that, I try to pull the camera over to the right, but it gradually slides back to the left as we ride. So that stupid left arm keeps showing up. I'll work on a more permanent solution to that. I might just need to buy a different chest mount. I think Action Kid uses the official GoPro one. That might be the idea. Thank you, John. And here is Lytton Boulevard. So we are very close to our starting point. I'm curious to see how much battery the phone has left. I started at around 80, 85. I didn't think I'd be out this long. But we'll be there in a couple of minutes. What are you doing, car? Why do they wait so long to indicate? Here is Castlefield. So we're getting very close here. Man, it's the parking lot where all the magic began. During the pandemic, they have not been putting an attendant in this parking lot, but one has recently reappeared. Let's go put the bike in the exact spot where it was when I started. Oh. This is a different kind of being sore and tired. It's more my neck and my shoulders and my hands because I didn't have my gloves on. I think I was squeezing the grips too tight. You really want to have a relaxed but firm grip. Oh well. There's a look at the phone and the bike. Whew. So we've been going for an hour and 52 minutes. 339 people, according to this, are tuned in. Matthew says, until when is this live stream going to go? CJ Hoyle, not your fault. It's not your direction. Your directions weren't to blame at all. I've always wanted to go through Earl Bales Park. I've only been there once a long time ago. So I wasn't very familiar with it or where those paths would lead. I think my hair is all sufficiently jacked up from the helmet, so this will require a reshower for sure. Even though the whole point of the e-bike is not to tire you out. Again, there's the Beast 2.0. So what I think I'm going to do with my other single speed is I'm going to give it away. I'm going to find someone who needs or wants a bike, and we're going to give it a home, as I don't really need to have three bikes and an e-scooter. So I guess that means that'll be the end of an era, but it doesn't really make sense for me to have it, because the other one will be able to handle sloppy weather. And this one's a pretty looking bike, but I'm not super enamored with it until I get of it. I'm also going to get a rear fender, just so if I do ride it in the road or in some muck, my backpack and my back won't get covered in crap. Pete is asking where the battery is. The battery is hidden in that bar, and I think that's what they call a hub motor in the back. Allison tuned in from the UK. Sanjay says, why do you want two different bikes? The other bike is a fat tire bike with a front suspension. So when I do these live streams, it'll be much, much smoother. I'll also be able to go off-road. I'll be able to hit gravel and grass and dirt. And it's more of an upright sit-in position, so it's a bit more comfortable. So I think it'll be a good complement. This one will be the traditional bike, and the other one will be sort of the rugged toy. That'll be the real hero, especially in the winter. After a fresh snowfall, I'll be able to take the other bike out. This one I wouldn't dare take out. How many gears? There are no gears, Robert. It's a single speed. Belt drive single speed. 350 watt rear hub motor, I think. All right, Lisa, have a good night. And on that note, everyone else, I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. I'm not sure when I'll be filming or live streaming next. I do have to start catching up on Toronto videos because I don't have any. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to our mods for modding. Thanks to everyone who sent a super chat or a super sticker. I do apologize if I missed any. I can't always keep my eyes on the screen, of course, especially not when I'm in traffic. Anywho, thanks again, guys, and have yourselves a great Tuesday night.